Hi, I'm Rafał, and in this video, we are going to talk about 15 must-have tools of highly effective writers, coming up right now. So in this video, we are going to talk about various tools that you can use to really boost your performance as a writer. I've been a freelance writer for many years now, and I have also worked with many freelance writers, editors, and have gone through many different projects. And the tools I'm about to show you today are extremely useful in many different situations, especially if you want to boost your productivity, performance, and output as a writer. And you also want to get a little bit more of peace of mind, and I think that's something that we could all have a little bit more of every day, right? Okay, so let's just jump straight into it. And here I'm going to show you the PDF I have created for you. You can download it anytime you want. So let's just scroll down a little bit, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of each tool that we are going to discuss. You can learn a little bit more about me here. And then here we are already getting into the meat of this PDF. So the new tools of the trade, right? You can use them to double your daily word count, get your content automatically checked for spelling and grammar, keep your sentences shorter and make them punchier, avoid passive voice adverbs and junk words, collaborate with other writers, editors, and online coaches, improve your vocabulary, gather information, become a highly skilled blogger, use project management, and get paid on time. So I think these are all the benefits that we want to get as writers. So maybe let's just jump straight into the first tool, which is Pro Writing Aid. This is an absolutely amazing app. I've been using it for many years, and I'm on the premium plan, which is actually not that expensive. It's around $79 per year, or $20 per month if you prefer the monthly payment. But of course, this one is, I think, more optimal. So it's basically your personal proofreader and grammar fixer. It has an amazing Word add-on that you can just use when editing your files, but it's not only for Word. It actually works with basically any writing app you can imagine, right? But the Word add-on is really special because you can get these goals over here, and you get also improvement suggestions. So you can really quickly clean up any piece of writing just in a couple of seconds, right? So that's really great. I highly recommend this tool. I'm using it every day. So that's number one. Then the next tool I wanted to tell you about is called Nuance Dragon. This software is a little bit more pricey. Here it says $150 for the home version, but I think actually right now it's something like $200. But it's a really amazing app that I use every day as well. I use it for dictation. So normally, if you want to write, let's say, 1,000 words, it would take you, of course, depends on the speed of your writing, but it would take you, let's say, 1 hour, right? But if you can speak, dictate basically what you are trying to say, then this time it gets shorter and shorter. So you can get 1,000 words done in as little as 15 minutes, of course, if you know what you are talking about. And we are going to talk more about Nuance Dragon in other videos, but basically it allows you to dictate in any text field on your computer seamlessly, and then just transfer the words that you dictated into the text field in just a couple of seconds. So this is an absolute must-have in my opinion, especially if you have a little bit of pain in your wrists from all of that typing. You can get some freedom here, right? So that's great. Then the next one is Fiverr. So outsource all the boring tasks for $5 to $10. So as a writer, you need to learn how to outsource as much as you can, so then you can focus only on the tasks that will bring you the most revenue over time, right? So if you need to proofread a document, if you need some type of graphics for the article that you are working on, or if you need a personal assistant to help you upload content to WordPress or whatever, all of these little tasks that actually add up and then take a lot of your time, you can outsource using Fiverr. It's a really great website. There are a lot of gigs there that are not really worth it, but if you find the right person who is doing the right job, then it can save you a lot of time. Another thing or another service that I could recommend instead of Fiverr is also Upwork. It's pretty cheap. You can hire people by the hour and they can help you out to achieve your goals faster. So just don't do everything by yourself. Hire people and start treating your freelance writing as a business, right? And focus only on things that are actually giving you pleasure. Okay, so Hemmingway app. This is an absolutely amazing app, and I don't know why many writers are not using it, to be honest. It will help you to make your prose more readable and punchy, and it's an absolutely free to use app. You can just jump in there, paste in any text that you are working on or text that somebody else had sent you, and then you can really check how many adverbs do you have in this piece of text, how many uses of passive voice, some phrases that have simpler alternatives, then how many sentences are hard to read or very hard to read. So this will give you an instant overview of the article, and I use it all the time. For example, when I'm hiring freelance writers, I will just ask them for some samples, and then I'm going to plug their sample into Hemmingway, and I will already see how they are doing after 15 seconds. You can just see by the stats. If you can see that they are using a ton of adverbs and that there are many sentences that are very difficult to read and that the readability score is very poor, then you will already know that this piece of writing is not so good and maybe you shouldn't be hiring that person. But you can also use it to check your own writing. Okay, so the next tool here is called Google Docs. It's a cloud-based text editor, and that also offers easy voice typing. Its voice typing tool is actually great. You can use it instead of Nuance Dragon if you just don't want to spend that extra $200. But just know that when you dictate in Google Docs, you will only be able to dictate in that Google Doc text field and not, let's say, on other websites and so on and so forth. So besides just being a very useful tool that you can access from anywhere and any device, because it syncs across all of your devices, you can also use it for collaboration. So if you are doing collaborative projects with other writers or editors, this is a tool that you really have to master because it allows you to create quick comments, revisions, and work on the same document with other people in real time. So if you are into collaborative writing, this is an absolute must-have. I love Google Docs. I would be using it more, especially if I wasn't using Word so much. But yeah, I use both of them, but I would prefer Google Docs. Okay, the next tool, which is one of my favorites, is called OneLook. And this is an absolutely amazing tool that you can use to define words and get synonyms in seconds. So it's also a completely free online dictionary, but it pulls data from various dictionaries across the web. So that's why it's so powerful. So you just type in any word you want here, and then you will get definitions instantly from 20 different online dictionaries, but you can also use it to check for synonyms. You can check the etymology of a given word, so it's hugely useful. I use it all the time. When I'm writing something, I just have one tab open with this OneLook dictionary, and then if I'm looking for the right word, I can even just come up with, but I cannot find it, right? Then I can just go with let's say a synonym, and then have a whole list of other similar words based on the word that I'm trying to use, right? So hugely useful. Then we have a tool like Longtail Pro, which is not free, but it's still affordable. It's around $37 monthly or $25 per month for annual subscription. And if you are a freelance writer, you just must know quite a lot about SEO to be able to complete your projects successfully and also keep your clients happy, right? Because we want all of our content to rank for specific keywords in the search engines, and Longtail Pro is really a great and inexpensive tool that allows you to do that. It can help you to track your own keywords, the positions of the keywords in the search engines, let's say of your website or another website, but you can also use it for keyword research to find many alternatives to the keywords that you are putting into the search field. So then you can create content that will cover all of these different keywords. And you can also check the difficulty of each keyword. Are other people bidding on that keyword in, let's say, using PPC? So that's very useful. You can also use other tools like SE ranking. That's also a really great tool for that, and it's also pretty inexpensive. Or if you really want to go for it and SEO is becoming a part of your daily work, then I would recommend Ahrefs, which is, I think, around $100 per month. But if you're really into SEO, I would recommend that as well. Then this app is absolutely amazing. It's called AnyMemo. It's the best mobile app for vocabulary learning. So, in my opinion, because there is also Anki, you can also check out Anki, but for some reason, I always stuck with AnyMemo. It's completely free, and it has huge lists of advanced English words. It also has huge lists of words in other languages. So let's say you want to learn Spanish, French, or German. You can get 2,000 different flashcards where you can see the, let's say, the English word first, and then you have to translate it into a different language. Or as you can see here, you can just go with advanced English words and then check if you got the definition correctly. So just using this for 10 minutes a day in your spare time will allow you to boost your vocabulary immensely. So I highly recommend this app. Then the next app is Trello. So it's a free tool for managing team writing projects. And I've been using this for years. It's also a free app, or you can get it for $9.99 a month if you need some advanced features. But I think the free version is already great. So you can create these cards where you can assign people to different tasks, and then you can also give them deadlines, you can create subtasks, and you can use this famous Kanban project management method, where you basically create a couple of different columns and you just drag and drop these cards onto the different columns of the process, right? So you'd have, let's say, a column for developing titles and content ideas, then you'd have another one for writing that's already in progress, then you would have editing, and then finally giving it some final touches and maybe publishing. It all depends on your workflow, but you can basically design it, your Trello board, so that it fits your needs perfectly, right? So this is a really great app. I highly recommend it. Another one that you can use is also called Asana, and it's also free. So you can just test both of them and see which one you like most. But after experimenting with many different apps, I think either Trello or Asana are the best for this kind of small project management, especially if you're a writer. Then another tool that we can talk about for a moment is called Coachme. So inexpensive coaching and habit development for writers. So this is something that many writers are struggling with. I mean, keeping that writing habit, right? It's challenging. Sometimes you just wake up and it's difficult to get down to it and start writing. But with this app, which is around, I think starts at $15 a month, you can get your own personal coach, but it's going to be just text-based, but it will help you to have more accountability. So every day, there will be a coach who will be checking in with you and asking, okay, how many words did you write today? And what are your challenges? And so on and so forth. So in this way, you are not alone in the writing game, which can get pretty lonely at times. You have somebody who actually coaches you, helps you to set goals, and keeps you accountable so that you achieve your goals on time, right? And it's really inexpensive, so you should give it a try. Then another tool that I can recommend is called Scrivener. It's very inexpensive as well, $50, and you can get a lifetime license. So it's the best software for book writing, basically. It allows you to structure your content in a way that basically makes sense and follows some rules of logic and just structure, right? So unlike other tools where you just have one document that's open and you just work on it and perhaps you give it headlines, subheadlines, and whatever, here you can really create a really big writing project. So you have separate tabs for different chapters. Then you can move things around. You can create notes. And you can also write in the app with high focus. So I highly recommend this if you are trying to tackle a more advanced writing project. Then this tool is just crazy, but you can use it with great success. It's called Stick. So achieve your writing goals or pay cold hard cash if you don't, right? So it's a tool that basically allows you to set a goal and you say, let's say that you want to get 30 articles published, or you want to write 50,000 words in a given month, or just any writing related goal. And then you basically create that goal in the Stick app and you assign your accountability buddy that you will send the info to about your progress. And if you don't achieve your goal, then let's say $100, or you can go with $50, $20, depending on your budget or your risk aversion levels. But basically, if you don't achieve your goal, this money that you put on your account is going to be transferred to some hugely evil organization, like the NRA or something like that. So the next one, the next tool is called Freshbooks. So this is the best invoicing and client management software. So as you grow your freelance business, you'll have more clients, more communications, you'll have a lot of invoices, and also you want to be making sure that you are getting paid and you are getting paid on time. And that you have all of your documents in order, so you can just easily send them to your accountant, or you can even do your own accounting here, instead of thinking about taxes as something. I mean, yeah, taxes are horrible, I agree, but they can be way less horrible if you are using a tool like Freshbooks, right? So it helps you to keep track of all of your earnings and expenses, and you can chase clients for payments, and nothing will slip by. So this is really great, and it's very affordable too, so you should check it out. Another great tool that we can talk about here is called Feedly. So get all of your favorite content in a single feed. This is a tool that I'm using all the time. You can even see it here. I have Feedly Mini Chrome extension. So it allows you to subscribe to all of your favorite feeds, basically from magazines, blogs, news outlets, and so on and so forth. So now, instead of going to 20 different websites to, let's say, to check what's going on in your industry, you can just go to Feedly and it will give you a whole list of all of the content that is published in these different feeds. So this can help you to save a lot of time and keep you informed and really collect only the best content from around the web. You can also use it to explore different types of content from around the web. So this is amazing. You should use it, and I'm using it all the time. And then finally, we have a tool called Evernote. And if you've been around the net for a while, I'm sure that you've heard about this tool already. So it allows you to gather all your research in a single app. So this is especially useful if you are gathering information for an upcoming writing project. You basically can easily just save all of the content that you will be using for your research into these neat notebooks, and then you can come back to it very easily. It has a brilliant search function, so you can search through all of your notes. You can share the notes with everybody. You can also use it across multiple devices, and it's going to be all synced. So this is really amazing. So basically, just like here, it lets you save crucial data from various websites, or even save whole sites as PDFs. So also, if you want to print anything, if you want to save anything for later, it's great for gathering also recipes or other things that you might be excited about and that you want to get back later too. So sometimes you encounter an amazing article on the web, but it's very long and you don't have the time to read it right there and then. So then you can just save it to Evernote. And then let's say you just put 1 hour just for reading in your daily calendar. And then at the end of the day, or whichever time suits you, you can just go into Evernote and then you can just batch consume all of your favorite content. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this list of 15 must-have tools for highly effective writers. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.